So YouTube, welcome back to another outfit video. So today what we're going to be doing is another recent pickups video. So today it is officially 1 year of recent pickups. I can't say I made 12 videos on recent pickups last year because I know I didn't, but we did continue recent pickups where possible. So this year hopefully I will pick up loads of cool games to show you guys. But today we have a pretty cool haul. Now all this stuff I got for Christmas. I didn't actually buy any games myself in December. Let's just get into it. So the first game that I'm going to show you guys is a game for the PlayStation 4, and that is Ghost of Tsushima, or Tsushima. I don't know how to say it, but this game is amazing. This game is like the coolest game ever. I've sunk hours into it already, and to be honest, I'm playing more of the side quests than the main story. I'm still on Act 1 and I've put in like 10 hours. This game's amazing. I am playing it on PlayStation 5, so I got like the patch, which has the game run at 60 frames per second. I don't really get into the nitty gritty of the technical stuff with gaming sometimes, but I know that I like ray tracing, so I usually will go for a fidelity mode over a frames per second mode. This is so great. It's 60 frames per second. I can feel the difference. I can see the difference that 60 frames per second makes with this game. It's just such a fun game. The story's amazing. I'm also playing it in Japanese, so when you open the game, it'll give you like an option of how you want to play the game. You can play it in a bunch of different art styles. You can play it in full English with English subtitles, or you can play it like the way I'm playing it in full Japanese with English subtitles. I just feel like playing it in Japanese just gives it this more authentic feel. I thought I would like this game, but I didn't expect to fall in love with this game. Like, I think I might platinum this, and usually I just play a game like it's main story and like kind of do that. And then, because I play a lot of games, I tend to move on to the next one. But with this, I really want to spend I want to spend 60 hours in this game. I want to get the platinum. I want to do everything there is to do. It's just so great. And honestly, if you're looking for a good game, if you have a PlayStation 5, this should be a no-brainer. But if you have even a PlayStation 4 and you're just like, oh, I want a new experience, play Ghost of Tsushima. Honestly, it's fantastic. So now that my rant about how great Ghost of Tsushima is over, let's get into some of the cool things that I got for Christmas that aren't games, but are gaming related. First one, I don't actually have it with me, but I have the box. A Mega Drive controller that I'm going to use for my Retron 5. So I said in my Retron 5 review that I did not really like the Retron 5 controller. I asked for Christmas if somebody would like to buy me the Mega Drive controller. I got a blue one, as you can see, this lovely kind of Sega blue. It's made by Retrobit, but it's also a genuine Sega product. And I have played Sonic the Hedgehog with it, and honestly, the latency on the Retron, I didn't even notice it really, but the latency on that wireless controller is really, really noticeable. I thought I just sucked at Sonic the Hedgehog. Turns out, latency. I was so much better when I played with this. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting more Mega Drive games for the collection, so I thought it was crucial that I had a Mega Drive controller to play them on, to give the games that, justice basically. This is cool that they're still making officially licensed Mega Drive controllers. Really, really nice. Really, really happy with this. Another thing I actually got is something I'm currently reading. My girlfriend got me, and this is the first time we had done presents, and she nailed it. She got me this book, which is called Retro Gaming, and a bite-size, I have to read it, a bite-sized history of video games. Now, if you know me, you know that I love this kind of thing, and this is like the perfect book for me. I'm like halfway through it. Honestly, there's so much information on it. I'm finding myself reading chapters twice. I would say if you want to learn and dip your toes into like learning about retro gaming, this is a fantastic book. Even if you think that you know everything, you don't. You have to read this book. It's fantastic. I'm really enjoying reading it. And now we get into the last couple of games that I have. So now I've got 3 3DS games that I got. I like asking family members to buy me 3DS games because they're relatively cheap, but they're also a ton of fun. The first 3DS game we have is one I actually completed within like a couple days. That is WarioWare Gold. So I've been a fan of the WarioWare series for a while. I played the Game Boy Advance WarioWare. I can't remember what it was called, but it was flipping brilliant. And I really want to get a physical of it. But this was a weird one. It was actually released after the Switch came out. You know, and I thought it released in like 2017 before the Switch, but it actually released in 2018 in Europe. I love the WarioWare series. It's just a bunch of fun, silly little mini games, and I just love that kind of stuff. You know what? It was quite challenging. I'm not going to say it was like super easy. It was short, but it was enough of a challenge that I was interested, and I probably will go back and replay some of the mini games every so often. But it's a great game. If you're a fan of the WarioWare series, this has got like all of the mini games from like the older games and then like some new twists on them and stuff. If you're not a fan of the WarioWare series, then this definitely is not the game for you. But if you love it, or you want to get into it and you think you're into it, get it. It's pretty cheap as well now. I think it's like a tenner now. The next few games I haven't actually played yet. I just took them out of the cellophane. But this game is Star Fox 64 3D. If you watched another one of my recent pickups videos, you will know that I picked up Star Fox. Or actually, it's not called Star Fox here. Starwing. But for my Super Nintendo collection, I have Starwing. And I really enjoyed playing Starwing. I love that game. So I thought, why don't I get into, instead of just constantly playing Starwing, why don't I actually get a Star Fox game? I decided to put Star Fox 64 3D on my Christmas list. I've never played Star Fox 64. Obviously it's a remaster of the Nintendo 64 version, which I haven't played. I don't know how it's gonna compare to Starwing that I love so much. But I'm really excited to try it. It looks really good, like look at the images and stuff. It's got gyro controls, and I actually love the gyro controls on the 3DS, so I don't know, I think it looks really cool, and I think it could look awesome in 3D. Also, it is a Nintendo Selects version, because those games are just cheaper to buy sealed. I don't mind having the Nintendo Select games on my collection, to be honest. And this one doesn't even have the Selects logo on the spine. So like, up against other games, it won't even look like a Nintendo Selects version. I cannot wait until they do Nintendo Selects for the Switch, because I will buy so many games for the Switch if they go Nintendo Select. The next game that we have is also another Nintendo Selects version, but it has the little Nintendo Selects logo there. Of course, you've just seen it. It is Super Mario Maker that's a really long title. Super Mario Maker for the Nintendo 3DS. I was going to call it Super Mario Maker. But this is obviously a Wii U game that they ported on to the 3DS, probably because the Wii U wasn't selling great. But from what I've heard, Mario Maker's a really fun game, and I've never played it. I was going to buy the Switch version pre-owned, because it's pre-owned for like £30, and I thought, that's kind of worth it. But then I thought, no, I'll put the 3DS version on my Christmas list, and then if I get it for Christmas, I can try out this version and see if I want to buy the Switch version. The weird thing about this game, I remember people saying when it came out, it didn't have online support. Despite the fact that the 3DS had like online. You could, if you made a level on this, you couldn't actually send it online, like share it online. You had to share it for like Street Pass. And I'm like, that's really weird. So I think maybe this was just like a demo for the Wii U version. But honestly, I love course creators. I love playing about with things like that. So I think this will keep me entertained for a little while. I'm excited to try it out and see if it's the game that I want to get on the Switch. I just read in the back it doesn't support 3D. That could have been a really cool dynamic. Oh my god, imagine if they made like a Super Mario Maker but for a 3D Mario in 3D for the 3DS. That would have been so cool. They could still probably do that with the Switch because it has the dual analog sticks, but it wouldn't be as cool because it wouldn't pop out in the 3D. So that's all the games that I picked up in 2020. You've seen all of them. Yeah, that is all of the games I picked up in December 2020. I am excited to see what games I pick up in the new year, but for now, that is everything that I have. Of course, if you want to see more of my recent pickup videos, if this is your first one of me, and you're like, oh, I want to see what other games you have, you can click the card up there and it will take you to a playlist where all of my recent pickup videos are. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, do a big thumbs up, and also subscribe for love, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next video.